wanted to do a little more on ESC calibration and some of the problems that occur when you're trying to do ESC calibration. Uh, some reason there seems to be a lot of ESC calibration problems going on right now with our new plane. It may be because it's basically been automated and all that, all those changes are new and we just don't have. Everybody, including me, just hasn't caught up yet. I don't know. I'm still researching it, and I can't get good information so far. I'll do another video on that in just a few minutes. I showed you the little pulse width modulated signal monitor I had where you can look at your signal. So let me show you how you can actually do that with Mission Planner. Under Setup, Mandatory Hardware, Radio Calibration, let's just look at the throttle channel right now because we're talking about ESC calibration. Right here on this graph, as I raise my throttle, you're going to see this number right here and this text right here change. It's 983, now it's 1016. 1051, 53, 92, 1165, 1230. See, it's coming right up. About mid throttle right there. It'll be about 1500. That's right. Now it's a little harder to see in the green, but it's still there. You can use that as an indicator of the pulse width modulated signal that you're sending from your radio. So you can see right now, if I go to calibrate my ESC and I put my throttle too high, you can see right now it's going to be putting out the 2006 width pulse. And you know pretty logically that when you hear the beeps on your ESCs and you lower your throttle, it's going to work like that. You can see it dropped right down to 983. But what would happen if inside your radio that particular channel was reversed in your setup? You haven't come to that point yet in life. You've just calibrated your radio at this point and come down to escape calibration right after that. You could see this when you're calibrating your radio and going through your stick movements, that your throttle, when you raise it, it goes down to 983, and when you lower it, it goes up to 2006 because the throttle channel's reversed in your radio. You're still going to get good endpoints of 2006 and 983 when you calibrate your radio, and your radio is going to be properly calibrated. But seconds later, when you come down to ESC calibration in the setup and you set your throttle physically too high on your radio, it's actually going to be at its lowest point. So you can come back in here before you do this calibration and go ahead, set your throttle to high. Make sure this bar in this goes up. That's what the signal you're going to be sending to the ESC when you do your escape. Oh man, 50 years in computers, and the ESC key on a keyboard is the escape key. ESC and RC is electrical speed controller. My poor old brain just keeps interchanging those two at its will without my support. So you can see right here, you may have this situation where you calibrated your radio properly and successfully and in a way that will work forever. You may have to come in later and click right here, reverse. I'm going to lower my throttle again. My functions of my flight controller are going to be fine. I would rather see it reversed in the radio. So that's a place where you might, I'm going to go back and reverse that in my radio before I accidentally leave that. Uh, there we go. That's a place where you might have trouble calibrating your ESCs. You think you're setting throttle too high and putting out your widest, largest pulse width with the highest number, 2006, to the ESC on power up, but you're really not. And you're hearing some beeps from other functions and stuff that might not be doing exactly what you think they are. And then when I lower my throttle, now you see 983. So the two things we saw in this are you can actually use this program. I'm going to do my roll right here. And this is if it's on a PWM monitor. They're only $10 or so. But this gives you one, as you see. As I move my stick, it's going to do exactly like the PWM monitor I showed you. The number's right there. So you've actually got one. Now this doesn't let you look at outputs of the flight controller that may be modified. What that PWM is. This is just the raw input from your radio showing here. There, I'm doing yaw right now. This is just the raw input from your radio. But it gives you a little indication of the pulse width that you can utilize here. And again, if you have your throttle wrong in your radio, it will affect your ESC calibration more than anything else. I'm working on ESC calibration videos. I've got a small little solid state oscilloscope coming Wednesday, I think. Again, I'm trying to break those videos down. Right now I'm trying to put out little bitty small videos on little chunks of ESC calibration. I see a great need for it. I just haven't found great answers to much of it at this point. So I'm kind of clutching at straws what may or may not be the problem with somebody's equipment that hasn't even shown me what they're doing yet. So I'm trying to find solutions for possible problems. Anything I can do to help. Thank you.